Hi and welcome to Baby to Sleep's top tips on introducing choices with limits for our toddlers and children. Okay, so it may seem like quite a scary prospect to start letting our child choose, have some kind of control. That can seem quite terrifying. However, what we need to do is we need to allow our little children to have some freedom. So what we do as parents is we give them that freedom, we give them that choice, but we put some safe limits around it, okay? So for example, when a child gets to around 2 years old, some before, some a bit after, it's just again a bit of an average, they start to realise that they have some kind of influence over their parents and other people around them. They have power to make you do things, and that can actually be quite exhilarating. That can make them feel really, really good and wow, look what I can do. But it can also be very, very scary, especially if suddenly they start demanding things and they get their own way. Oh, what else can I do? What else can I do? Similarly though, if every time they try to push those boundaries a bit to see where they are, if they hit that brick wall, they're again similarly going to keep pushing because actually they're not getting any freedom at all. So we want them to actually feel like they've got some kind of control, and it helps them feel secure and it helps them feel listened to, which is a huge thing because at the end of the day, none of us like to feel like that we're not being listened to. We want them to feel like actually we are hearing them, but we are actually still in control. So the trick with a choice is to make sure that you as the parent don't really care what the answer is. Do you want cornflakes or Rice Krispies? Want Rice Krispies? Brilliant, have some Rice Krispies. They've changed their mind. Okay, so they've chosen their Rice Krispies, you've poured it for them, they've decided they want cornflakes. What are you gonna do? And this is the bit where it can get quite tricky because in some worlds, you'll just go, oh, I don't really care. I don't care what you're having, it's breakfast. You might be a little bit more, no, you will have your Rice Krispies if you've poured it. But if you haven't actually done anything with it, if they've just changed their mind on it, you might just go, yeah, okay, whatever. But actually that doesn't give them that kind of, that boundary, that understanding that those choices have some kind of meaning to them. They've got some weight to them. So what we need to do is when they choose something, we need to sort of follow through with that. So, do you want Rice Krispies or cornflakes? I'll have Rice Krispies. Brilliant. I've changed my mind, I want cornflakes. Oh, that's really annoying when you change your mind. I'll tell you what, today you've picked Rice Krispies. Tomorrow you can pick cornflakes. They might not like it, but actually it's going to make them feel much more safer and they will start to understand that when you say something, you mean it. But it allows them to have some kind of freedom. What colour dress do you want to wear? Red or pink? Whatever it might be, simple choices. What colour cup do you want? Pink or blue? You actually don't care. Where do you want to go? To feed the ducks or to the park? But never give them a choice where you don't want one of the answers to be the answer that they may pick, okay? Don't leave open-ended things. So what do you want to do today? Well, I want to go to the park when it's absolutely pouring down with rain because you've left it too open. Put your choices in place, give them an option of two things that you don't mind what the answer is. They feel empowered and that's going to help when they start to sort of push back a little bit more because you can say, well, you've made that decision. You could have picked this, but you've picked this. Next time, let's pick the other thing. And that's going to make them feel safer and it's going to give them some control. What they don't realise is actually you're still in complete and utter control and that's going to make them feel safe. I hope that helps a little bit and that's something that's going to take you through right the way through childhood into teenage years, and it's going to be really, really important because again, a good thing to do is make sure this is implemented during the day, not just at bedtime, because if your little one realises that they can change their mind on tiny, tiny little things during the day, why can't they at night? Okay, and it's much easier for them to understand what those boundaries are when they're in the daytime, when they're much more awake and much more alert and they're learning, than when they're really, really tired and they're really, really grumpy and they just want to get into your bed, for example. So, and you're saying no. Well, actually, if no doesn't really mean no in the day, why is it going to mean no at night? So it's really, really important to put these into place during the day and follow through into the evening as well. I hope you find that helpful.